Welcome. Our topic today is meaning, scope, and concepts of economics. Meaning, scope, and concepts of economics. In this lesson, we shall be looking at first the definition of economics by many scholars and the most widely accepted definition of economics, scope of economics, basic concepts of economics, which include wants, scarcity, choice, opportunity cost, and scale of preference. Then, why do we study economics? We shall be seeing the answers in the course of this lesson. Then, the branches of economics. First, let us look at the meaning of economics given by Adam Smith in the 18th century. Every scholar tends to define economics to suit his purpose. For instance, Adam Smith in the 18th century in 1776, he defined economics as an inquiry into the nature and causes of the wealth of nations. The next is John Stuart Mill. John Stuart Mill defined economics as the practical science of production and distribution of wealth. Can you see his image? Okay, that is John Stuart Mill. The next is Alfred Marshall. Alfred Marshall, on his part, did not consider wealth as a means itself, but rather a source of human welfare. Therefore, he defined economics as a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. Okay, so he was the man behind the principles of economics. That's the image of Alfred Marshall. The next is Lord Professor Lionel Charles Robbins. Okay, now he defined economics as a science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. Please look at all the phrases that have been underlined: science, human behavior, ends, scarce means, alternative uses. This is the most widely accepted definition of economics. Now, economics is a science. It's not carried out in the laboratory, but it's being analyzed through theories. Then it studies human behavior. Humans behave differently. Our tastes are different, and it tends toward our demands. Then our ends are our wants. Our wants are unlimited in supply. Then our scarce resources are limited. Example is money. Money is scarce. Okay, and most of these are scarce resources can be put to alternative uses. For example, land. Land that is purchased to make building or to build a house can be put to an alternative use of a garden. Okay, moving forward, now we have said that definition that economics is a science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses is the more acceptable and embracing because it incorporates the most fundamental human problems such as want, scarcity, and choice. The next is the scope of economics. Now, what does economics cover? First, it covers the subject matter itself. So, it covers the subject matter of economics. Then, secondly, the scope of economics, whether economics is a science or an art. Okay, we have seen it that the most widely accepted definition of economics is as science. Then, a positive or normative science. So, we are going to see this in the course of this lesson. So, we have said that the scope of economics covers, it involves production, distribution, exchange, and consumption of goods and services. Now, the basic concepts of economics include wants, scarcity, choice, opportunity cost, and scale of preference. Okay, there are 5 basic concepts of economics. Now, let's start with wants. Wants are desires and are limited in supply. Okay, our wants are so much and they are limited in supply because our resources are scarce. E.g., we have food, clothes, electronics, cars, wristwatches, etc. There's difference between wants and needs. Wants are the things you would like to have, but needs are the things necessary for basic living. Okay, like food, water, and shelter. These are your needs. Your wants are your food, your clothes, electronics, and cars. Wants are non-essential but added to quality of life. But needs are essential to human life and they are required for survival. Next is scarcity. Scarcity means limited in supply or not enough. It means limited in supply and not enough. There's a difference between scarcity and shortage. Scarcity of a resource implies that like a natural limitation in the availability of resources. Natural limitation, that's scarcity. But shortage means temporary and man-made. Temporary and man-made unavailability. When things are not enough in the market, you say there's shortage in supply. But scarcity is when there is no abundance of that particular resource. Okay, that's the difference. Now, choice refers to every decision made between two or more alternatives. The image before you represents different cups of beverages, and choice means choosing one or two among these many alternatives. Scale of preference refers to the arrangement of wants in the order of priority or importance. Okay, so when you have your list of items written down, so according to the way they are important, according to the way they are more prior to you, okay, means your scale of preference. So when you write out your needs and you sort them out one after the other in their order of importance, that scale of preference. The arrangement of your wants in the order of priority or importance. So for a child, the first want for a child on the list of books, shows, cinemas, and all should be his books. Okay, that scale of preference. Opportunity cost is also known as the real cost, the sense of foregone alternative. Okay, if a child chooses to study and forfeits the free time of going to watch the television, the opportunity cost of studying is the television he didn't go to watch. So when you say opportunity cost, okay, is the best alternative forgone, the very best alternative forgone. Okay, it's also referred to as the real cost. Like I said, is the satisfaction of one's want at the expense of another one. So it refers to the wants that are left unsatisfied in order to satisfy another that is more pressing need. Let's take, for example, a student who has only 100 naira and wants to buy a textbook and a pair of sandals may discover that he cannot get both items at 100 naira. He would therefore choose which one he has to buy with the money he has. If he decides to buy a textbook, it means he has decided to forego the pair of sandals. The pair of sandals that he has sacrificed in order to own a textbook. So the pair of sandals he has sacrificed is the foregone alternative, and this is what is refers to as opportunity cost. Okay, then there are importance of opportunity cost to firms, to individuals, to the society. Okay, that is that. Now, why do we study economics? First, it helps individuals, firms, and societies in national choice making. It helps us to understand our economic environment and to design ways of positively influencing them. To assist the government to design and package programs that will be beneficial to the people. Okay, now it guides us in the rational allocation of resources towards ensuring efficiency and avoiding wastage. It encourages rational thinking and positive solutions to life's material problems. So that's why we study economics. So these reasons are behind the study of economics. It makes us rational thinkers and it makes us to spend prudently. Okay, now branches of economics, we have macroeconomics, positive economics, and normative economics. Now, the microeconomics is a branch of economics that studies the economy in units, e.g., individual consumers, households, and firms. Macroeconomics is the branch of economics that studies the economy as a whole, e.g., unemployment, aggregate demand, income, investment, balance of payments, etc. Then positive and normative economics. The positive economics is an approach to economic analysis that is scientific in nature. So it uses tested economic theories for analysis and predictions. Then we have the normative economics. It's an approach to economic analysis based on opinions and not generally accepted theories. It's based on value judgment. Now, let's look at these interactive questions. First, economics may be defined or described as the first option there, the study of demand and supply of things in our environment, no. The study of production and distribution, the study of human behavior in allocation of scarce resources, yes. Then we now have the study of the employment of labor, capital, land, and capital, no. So we say economics may be described as the third option there, the study of human behavior in the allocation of scarce resources. Now, the next one, if one orange costs 20 naira and 1 kilogram of beer costs 400 naira, the opportunity cost of 1 kilogram of beer is what? Remember, we said opportunity cost is the alternative that you have forgo. So we have left the oranges to pick a beer. So what's the opportunity cost of taking the beer and leaving the orange? So what you're going to do here is to divide the 400 by 20 to know the number of oranges you will get. So if one orange costs 20 naira and 1 kilogram of beer costs 400 naira, the opportunity cost of 1 kilogram of beer is 350, 400 oranges, 20 oranges, 4 oranges. The answer is 20 oranges. Okay. Now, macroeconomics is the study of economic science from the point of view of first option, resource markets or production units, individual producers of consumers, aggregate or general economy, companies or individual firms. Can you take a while and think on this? Okay, what did we say? Macroeconomics studies. We have said earlier that it's more of a general economy, so it deals with aggregate or general economy. So that is what the third option, that's the answer. Now, scale of preference refers to dash. First, consumers' preference for luxurious goods, the household monthly income, list of goods and services in order of priority, budget preparation without paying due regard to priority. So the answer is the third on the list, that list of goods and services in order of priority. The last but not the least interactive question here, air is essential to life but commands no price. Diamond is not essential to life but commands a high price. This is the paradox of dash. Shift, value, abundance, scarcity. It is what? Value. It is what? Value. That is the air is essential to life but commands no price. Demand is not essential to life but commands a high price. This is the paradox of, okay, is the paradox of scarcity. It's the paradox of scarcity because you know that air is actually abundant, okay, so it's not scarce, but diamond is scarce. That's why there is much value attached to it. All right. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you've learned a lot from this lesson. You've known that the most widely defined and accepted definition of economics is that given by Professor Lord Charles Lionel Robbins, and we've seen the scope of economics, the basic concepts of economics, why we study economics, and all the branches of economics. All right, thank you, and be good.